All right, we're back. This week we have all the freshmen on the team on the show, and as we like to call them, the Freshies. This week's episode is going to be called Freshies Gone Wild, because these guys are quite a group, headlined by Mario right here, making his league-leading third appearance on the show. But we tried to get the junior class, but they're dwindling too quickly. There's only 3 left. We tried to get the sophomores, but they're too sketchy. Now we have the Freshies, and we're just going to start out a couple questions for each Freshie and introduce you guys to the new guys on the team. So, Mario, tell us about your worst haircut you've ever got.
Well, when I was playing junior, I used to rock the long hair, and every once in a while I'd go get a trim, and I'd just say, hey, trim it up. And every time I'd go to practice, everyone would make fun of me, and I didn't know why. And they told me that they thought that I looked like a house mom, and they called me Barbara. And for 4 years, I got called Barb or Barbara because of my haircuts. So I had to, go to something else, and I just started cutting it really short because, I just didn't want to be Barbara anymore.
Did you ever say anything to the lady that cut the hair?
Well, no, I didn't. I didn't want to be mean, so I just said trim it up, and I never thought it was bad, but apparently everyone else out there in the world is cruel, and it's really unfortunate that they had to make fun of Barb.
That is unfortunate. All right, next, tell us about your most embarrassing song on your iPod.
Well, actually, as of late, my roommate Jason Gregoire got a hold of my computer, and he decided that he was going to burn all his CDs onto my computer, and he put all his NSYNC songs on there. And lately I've just been having repeat off of the NSYNC album, No Strings Attached, and I can't stay away from Bye Bye Bye. It's been on repeat, and it gets me.
Does Greg have a lot of those CDs, a lot of the NSYNC ones?
He does. I'm guessing he was a big boy band fan back in the day, and he put them all on my computer, and it's been on repeat for the last 2 weeks. It's probably on right now, actually. So it's good music.
He kind of looks like he's in a boy band, doesn't he?
Yeah, Jay. He likes to. He thinks he needs to fix up and dress all sketchy like JT, but yeah, he could definitely be in a boy band.
Let's get your favorite movie/TV show.
Well, movie without a doubt, Beautician and the Beast, with that Fran lady. She's awesome. And favorite TV show, Pickup Artist 2. It changed my life, Mills. It changed my life.
Let's leave it at that. Thanks, Mario.
Thank you.
All right, we have Freshie goaltender Brad Eidsness here with us now. Eids, let's jump right into it. Well, never mind. I was going to ask about worst haircut, but you have a hat on, so I'm going to assume it's right now. Let's just skip to your most embarrassing song on your iPod.
I think I'm going to have to go back to my Canadian roots. I think it's got Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On. We have to throw on Titanic every once in a while just so we can hear the ending and hear that song go on. So I think that's probably where it's at.
Still never understood why that old lady dropped the diamond in the water.
I don't know. It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
It is a mystery. All right. Tell us a little bit about your roommate. Who's your roommate? Tell us a little bit about him.
My roommate's Brett Hextall, and for the most part, we get along pretty good. I don't know. We have anybody that knows us knows we bicker quite a bit. We have some days where we don't talk to each other, actually. So it makes for some fun nights in our room. It's probably more his doing than mine. He tends to be quite a jerk sometime, actually. So I don't know. Most days it's okay, though.
Okay, and just to wrap things up with you, tell us a little bit about your temper tantrums and when you throw them on the ice in practice, throw water bottles and sticks, and tell us a little bit about that.
I don't think I have temper tantrums. I think that's a manifestation of your guys' imagination. I think I'm competitive, and sometimes it just tends to play itself out on the ice.
Okay, let's leave it at that.
I'd like to say about that.
Okay. Thanks, Eids. Thanks for joining us.
No problem, Mills.
All right, here with another Freshie goalie. We have Graham Harrington with us. Graham, let's just, your nickname's Cracker because of Graham Cracker. I don't know who started that, but it's caught on quite nicely. Let's start with talking about your worst haircut you've ever got.
Well, let's see. Last year for playoffs when I was in junior, we, as a team, we decided to do a black dye job for every guy. And some guys, thought maybe we'll do a little bit of something crazy. So I got a double mohawk cut. So it was basically shut. I think level 1 razor down the middle with the mohawk on each side. And actually, it looked pretty cool when it was gelled up, but when it wasn't, it was a sight to behold. I'll tell you that.
I bet it looked cool. It sounds a little crazy, but I like it. All right. Lastly, who's your roommate? Tell us a little bit about them.
My roommate's Corey Finagi, a defenseman, freshman. Obviously, he's a good guy. We when I can pry him away from his computer screen long enough to have a conversation with him, we have some really meaningful, deep discussions about life and love and happiness. And yeah, otherwise, he's a good guy. I really enjoy living with him.
That's good. From what I see from Finagi, he's a pretty deep guy, so I bet you get a lot out of him. All right, well, thanks for joining us, Cracker. See you later.
Thanks for having me.
Next freshie on the list, Brad Hextall. Let's start out by, why don't you tell us your most embarrassing song on your iPod?
Well, I'm not really embarrassed by anything. If I had to say someone would think something on my iPod's embarrassing, it would be when I bought the track to the Notebook. I have all the music from the Notebook on my iPod.
It's not that embarrassing.
Not at all.
So maybe some people think it is, but I don't know. Tell us about your worst haircut you've ever got.
I gave it to myself when I was, I think I was 12 years old. It was in the summer, and I shaved my head and then shaved it with a razor. So I had the Mr. Clean, like I was right down to the bone, and I actually did it like 2 or 3 times in a row, and it's probably one of the worst decisions I've ever made.
Why?
Well, it looked awful. I've got a weird shaped head, so just
Why did you do it?
I don't know. I thought it was cool at the time.
You did it 2 or 3 times?
Like in a row, like the hair would start growing back, and then I would just like shave it with a razor again, and I don't plan on doing it ever again.
It's probably a good choice. We heard from your roommate, Ides. He said a little bit about you, and now you get a chance to say a little bit about him. Tell us about Brad Idesness.
Ides is a good guy. He means well. He's got a good heart. He knows a lot of useless facts, and he likes to share them with anyone at any time. But his temper tantrums are becoming infamous, and sometimes we get in our little bickering arguments and fights and stuff like that. And he's been quoted a few times as saying, "Hexy, I'm not talking to you all day." And usually that he ends up talking to me. But he's a good guy, and I enjoy living with him.
For the record, we play a little game in practice called the rebound game, where it's the forwards against the goalies. What was the score the other day you played, Ides?
I won 7-0. It's a team game as the players, but I individually beat Idesness 7-0, and that resulted in a Idesness temper tantrum.
That's usually unheard of, one person winning the whole game.
Yeah, it's very unlikely. I was in the groove that day, and I know where to beat him. Played the game enough, and I know his weak spots, and I know where to go. And I think I play with his head a little bit too. He's not sure where I'm going to go, and I just beat him 7 times in a row easily.
Can you walk us through his temper tantrum that day? What did he do?
That day, I don't know if it started with a slamming of the stick or not, but I know he I was celebrating, but he sprinted off the ice, and then everyone was kind of egging him on and yelling at him and stuff. And I know he threw a few water bottles and his stick, I believe, right in front of a few young ladies that were viewing our practice that day. Maybe just to kind of show off how crazy he is and stuff. But that was it. And then I was busy out on the ice working on my game when he was sulking off the ice.
You were too busy winning.
Too busy winning.
That's all the time we have. Thanks, Hexy.
Thanks, Brad.